2 cheese pizzas for the vegetarians. And the last one, what did you want to order?
Pineapple ham.
By itself?
Yeah.
That's crazy. We can't order just pineapple pizza. The 6th pizza, we have to order something sexy. Chicken pesto. Chicken pesto is the last pizza. So hopefully we're gonna get that ordered and we're gonna have that delivered by the time this is over. And then I don't know how many people the pizza. At least as long as I get 1 slice, I'll be happy. And then everyone else can, you know, have some pizza. But you're gonna figure this out, Sarah? Sharon, do you get that? Okay, forget the live stream or figure that out, or I don't know. If someone has Twitch and you live stream it, then my channel will host it. Are you working on it? Awesome, they're working on the live stream out there. So 6 pizzas, extra large. Okay. Here's my wallet. 6 extra large pizzas for the Q&A panel. 3 pepperoni, 2 cheese, and 1 chicken pesto. And we'll see. We'll go through there. Take a Coke also. So let's just go with the questions to start. I'm just handling craziness. Let's just start with some questions and we'll see where we go from there. And hopefully the pizzas get here sometime soon. Question, yes, in the back. Yeah, you blonde hair. My favorite type of pizza? Oh yeah, thick crust. Get at least 2 thick crust. Yeah. Thick crust pizza. Probably my favorite pizza is like New York. I mean, I'm a basic dude, you know what I'm saying? I like pepperoni pizza, but like thin crust New York style pepperoni pizza. I've had really good pizza, like a little garlic on it. I mean, I like the artisan stuff sometimes. You go to these little spots and charge you freaking $23 for a personal pizza, which is really cool on a date. I mean, we are on a date right now, so we're like on a pizza date. I'm just gonna go with pepperoni pizza. Question, yes, ma'am. You can't do it. I'm down with it. I like that Hawaiian style pie. I do like it, but you know the Hawaiian pizza is like pineapple and Canadian bacon. Like, to hell with that Canadian. That's ham. Don't give me the Canadian thing with that. That's not bacon. Just pepperoni and some pineapple. Pineapple's cool sometimes. I'm with that. But not with the Canadian bacon. Not with ham. Like just regular pepperoni or something. But no. You got it? You or not? Okay. Yes. With the plushie.
What was it like working with Robin Williams?
Robin Williams, man, rest in peace. He's amazing, man. Robin, everyone asks that question, and they should, because he's an important person and an important actor in my life and in all of our lives. He was really, you know, I explained to people that Robin Williams is really everything that you would want him to be, you know, just as a fan. And I've been a fan of Robin since, you know, when I was really young, watching him work in Mindy, growing up and seeing his stand-up, and then his movies, Good Morning Vietnam, and The World According to Garp, and one of my favorite movies of all time, even before I met him, was Dead Poet Society. So, when you meet him, he is everything you really would think he would be. You know what I'm saying? I always kind of like compare him or just say, he's the genie from Aladdin. That's who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if Robin's in the room, this room, any room, like magic can occur, and often does. That's who Robin Williams is. So when we were on set working together, he taught me a lot about, you know, how to be a leader on set. He really, you gotta understand, movie making is really fun, right? We're making movies for a living. That's like dream job kind of thing, but it's still a job. You're talking about, you know, from a small set, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 people, to a large set like Hook, which was hundreds of people working 12 to 14, 15 hours a day sometimes, for like 8, 9 months straight. and a lot of money at stake, and you're talking about people working really hard and being stressed out, and everyone's artists and trying to do their best. And so Robin taught me how to like be a leader in a place like that and really take the morale of this whole set, because the reality of movie making and when you're on sets is, you know, the stars of the movie, the director of the film, if they're having a good day, we're all having a good day. If they're having a bad day, like, we're all having a bad, like the whole set's having a bad day. And so, even when he wasn't having a good day, he was able to take the morale of like these 300 people every day, know everyone's names, joke and laugh with everybody, and do his work and be Peter Pan, but also be on the set, be Robin Williams, and be able to laugh and joke and keep the morale of the set going. And that was really amazing for me to see him take that responsibility on. And then on the flip side for Robin Williams, like he's crazy and zany and wild and joking and just a crazy bundle of energy. But I also was fortunate, especially in the mornings, to just really kind of be with him in his quiet time, right? Because we would be in the makeup trailer together and getting my hair done forever, you know? And he was getting his stuff done, and we would spend our mornings like really pretty quiet, just kind of talking, and mostly about poetry, because he knew I was a fan of Dead Poets Society, and we would come in every day and talk about poems and about, you know, poets for me to read, you know, poets I've been reading, poems I've been writing. He really supported me as a poet. My gift, the gift he gave me at the wrap of the movie was a really beautiful leather-bound book of Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass, and what a really beautiful inscription. So it's so my relationship with Robin was always, and I think not just mine, but I think the world's relationship with Robin was like he was your cool uncle, funny ass cool uncle, you know. And so it's sad to know he passed away, but love that guy. Thank you. Questions, Rufio, in the third row.
What was your favorite episode to record for American Dragon Jake Long?
Yeah. Oh, American Dragon Jake Long. I always forget about that. I don't forget about that character. I love Jake Long, the American Dragon, and it's like a lot of your generation like grew up with him. You guys are super young.
Yes.
God, I love American Dragon. So, the thing about Jake Long is, you know, Rufio became very popular, just becoming like an iconic kind of character on its own, and then the phenomenon of Avatar, Last Airbender, and Prince Zuko became these like super iconic characters in my career, and which is great. And then sometimes like fans might be like, don't forget that you have like this original Disney character. Oh yeah, don't ever forget you have an original Disney character. Like, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Forget about that. And I love Jake Long. So, and a lot of people ask me a lot about, am I more, you know, Rufio, like me, Dante? Am I more Rufio, or am I more Prince Zuko? And I always was telling I'm actually more Jake Long. Like, really. In my real life, like, you know, outside of turning into a dragon and stuff like that. Sometimes. You know, I'm a lot of these, there's a lot of me Jake Long. So, my favorite, my most memorable memories of recording Jake Long was actually like, it's very weird with Jake Long, honestly. Like, it very much, there are things that Jake was going through on the cartoon that I was going through in my real life, right? So there was I'm like thinking back, there was crazy stuff, right? So there was like the like secret relationship with like Rose and like that whole drama. Like I always had like this really weird secret relationship going on at the same time, which was weird. That it was like you're doing things in real life and it's happening also at your workplace, which happens to be a cartoon. And you're like, are these writers spying on my life? And then the most memorable stuff is all the stuff with the Dark Dragon, where he's going to go fight the Dark Dragon, and the whole big, you know, it's a 2-part show. And in my life at that time, I had to really do something with my own Dark Dragon in my life. And this figure that I had to confront was very scary for me, and I had to get out of a situation that I no longer want to be in. And what's crazy is, it was at the exact same time as Jake facing the dark dragon and having to overcome his fears and this whole thing, and I was like getting all this advice in my mind from Jake Long. It's weird, but it was just sometimes art mimics life and life mimics art, and sometimes it's the same thing. But so I would say all that dark dragon stuff. Shout out to Jake Long, the American Dragon. Yeah, man. Yeah, what was it like playing in Camp? Love Camp. Shout out to Rooster Teeth family. I love working with Rooster Teeth. For people that don't know what Camp is, Camp's a animated show with Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth is a kind of like an online digital media conglomerate. They do Ruby and Blue First Red and River Flute Blue. And they do this little animated show called Camp about all these kids in camp. And I come in and I play a character named Snake. And I love that show. So I did some more episodes, so I'll be coming back. I don't know if I say that, but I did. No one can Rooster Teeth. I'm looking around like Rooster Teeth police are here. I'm like, no, there are a lot of things that you gotta sign NDAs for certain things, but I don't think Rooster Teeth's one of them. I don't think so. But I did go to Austin, Texas, where they record all their stuff, and I did record some new stuff, and I'm happy to be a part of that. They're so cool. They're like the Rooster Teeth cats are like the cool kids at school, Like, y'all are cool out here in Austin doing your thing. So I just like to go to Austin. I don't know, anyone been to Austin before? Yeah, Austin, Texas is pretty. The whole part of Texas is like, but Austin, Texas is awesome. Those other parts of Texas is cool. Questions? With the pink hair. You said, have I ever done any kind of martial arts before? Because I have characters that do martial arts. Which is a good question. And, I studied this deal. I have a very unique, relationship with martial arts. Of course, I love martial arts. I grew up in the 80s, Bruce Lee was a big hero of mine. I'm Asian American. Martial arts was a big part of kind of our experience, right? And I studied a style called Kajin Kembo, and I have, I only got the orange belt, but I'm very proud of that orange belt. That orange belt was important to me. And I won tournaments. I'm fighting in tournaments. I wrestled in high school, and I fought in Concord tournaments as a kid, and I've won a few tournaments. I even beat my older brother in like a tournament for first place, which is still a. He still wants to fight me for that that trophy, once a year. He's like, we should probably get those trophies out and fight again right now. And we're like, old. And I'm like, no, we shouldn't do that no more. But the funny thing about, and I have studied martial arts, but I haven't studied in years. And I respect the arts, and I'm around a lot of really talented martial artists and fighters, MMA fighters, boxers, friends of mine. I'm trained with them just to work out. So I respect the arts, and I've done other films where, the martial arts guys always want me to you should come study with us, I did this one film called Fist in the North Star. Yeah. Which the anime is dope. The film is kind of crazy, but I had a good time doing it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm probably live stream that one on I do Let's Watches on my Twitch, so we're probably gonna watch Fist in the North Star. That could be interesting. But so that one, the master, the guy who started with Gary Daniels, and he's a really kung fu master dude, but he's like this British guy, right? White guy. Amazing martial artist. His master was this Chinese guy named Winston, who's I'm looking around again, he's supposedly ex-Yakuza and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? And you look at his eyes, he was intense. But he was always telling me, because we would do fight scenes, but he was like, you gotta come train with us. He would say, come study. Gary's one of his master pupils, but it's you're Asian. I was like, yeah? And he's like, he's like, the arts are made for your body. The arts are made for you. You look very beautiful if you continue your training as a martial artist. And I was like, that sounds great, but, I'm a crazy, at that time, a crazy young actor that partying way too much to study martial arts. But I love martial arts, and What's up, Sharon? Yeah. Are we good with that? That's good, okay. So I haven't studied it forever, but you know, I like martial arts. I mean, I might get back to it. I don't know. I don't know where I was going, but then I had some idea. The thing is, I have studied martial arts, but I don't. I know, and this is what I was going with. So, cut to, right? Being an actor in Hollywood, being an Asian American actor in Hollywood. There's this weird thing with like racism or stereotypes or something that they just think every Asian knows martial arts or should know martial arts, right? So there's this weird thing in Hollywood, like you can go to any audition, and if you're Asian, they can ask you if you do martial arts, right? I'm like, what? It's very weird. So I was at this one audition one time, and sometimes the parts in action movie, yeah, you should know martial arts. Doesn't matter, Asian, black, white, whatever. Like everyone should have fighting training because we're all gonna be fighting in the movie, you know. And there's like one audition. One time I'm like going, and they're like, "Can you do some kicks and stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can." And then you start improvising martial arts in front of producers who don't know martial arts, and you're like, "I'm gonna, yeah, what kind of kicks do you need? What do you want?" And you start doing kicks and stuff like this, right? And punching, and you're just totally faking martial arts. And then you walk out the room, and like one of my boys walks in, and it's Ernie Reyes Jr. If you don't know who Ernie Reyes Jr. is, he's like a kung fu master, and he's a friend of mine. He was like, and I'm like, oh God, I just totally embarrassed myself. I look and turn around, next thing you know, Ernie Reyes is doing flying kicks 10 feet in the air. I'm like, oh my God. Yes. You can do it on this card. Thank you, Sharon. And then the last time I had to do martial arts, out of no, I mean, if I know if I'm going in for an action movie, okay. This one movie, it's 10 a.m. in the morning, so it's kind of early for me. And I'm in there, I'm auditioning, I've got the director and the producer, and I do this whole scene about my child getting, you know, kidnapped, and it's emotional, we're like almost crying and everything. And then out of nowhere, like, you know, the director's like, "Can you do martial arts?" And it's like 10 in the morning, you're like, huh? And you know, you want the job, so you're like, yeah, I can do martial arts. And then, and then all of a sudden, you become a fake ass kung fu master in an office room. Start kicking down stuff. Like, I mean, it's just the craziest thing. It's the funniest thing anyway. You can ask actors in the room most of the time to do anything, and most actors, because you're in the room in an audition, you will say yes. I mean, if you have like an inkling of being able to do it, you'll be like, yes. They're like, "Can you ride a horse?" You're like, yeah. I mean, you don't know if riding a horse requires you to jump over anything or run. You're like, yes. They're like, "Can you?" So ask me any question. Can I what?
Can you do acrobats?
Yes. Can I do acrobats? Yeah. Another question. What? Juggle? I have juggled in my past. I mean, give me like a day or so, I can kind of get it back. This is what actors do. It's like I've juggled successfully twice in my life, but yeah, if you gave me 20 minutes, I got this. And yes. Can I? Yeah, so, you know, that's just actor 101. So any actors in the house? Any actors in the house? There's a few actors. Boom. So now you know, when they ask you if you can do that in the room, you're like, yes, until you fire me. Yeah. In the back. Yes, sir, you.
Hi.
Hello.
I walked in here, a little late. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
If I ask the question I'm about to ask, if it's already been asked.
We barely ask any questions. We're just hanging. We're on a date. I'm going on a journey of trying to become a film director. I want to be able to make movies.
So what would be some tips, pointers, advice you could give to people who are trying to break into that industry, trying to make a full-time career out of it?
Great question. What's your name?
I'm Jacob.
Jacob, what's up, man? So Jacob is, for people in here, Jacob is a filmmaker, and he's on the journey to break into the industry. And do I have any tips and advice? Who else is trying to break into the industry? Here? Filmmakers, actors, writers. That's great. You know, this is it. This is my whole thing. When I like travel in colleges and I do keynotes and I talk to art schools, what I'm really talking about is like my experience, right? I've been an actor for a long ass time, like longer than, I'm looking around the room, like longer than like 99% of the people in the room have been alive. Seriously, there may be like less than 5 people in the room here. So I've been an actor for like 32 years now. 32 years. I've been acting, right? And I've gone through my ups and downs, but getting into the industry, the world has changed so much in the last 30 years. The world, the Hollywood industry. There's different tips for different people. I'd say the first and foremost is start creating stuff. Get working, work. I mean, you guys have things like YouTube now. You have things that are digital that people can create their lives and careers, not just in Hollywood. Back in the day, you had to go to Hollywood or New York to make something happen. Now I have friends and I've collaborated, I've made films with people coming from outside of Hollywood who came to Hollywood, not alone, but came to Hollywood with, you know, 1 million people behind them, 10 million people behind them, 5 million people behind them, 600,000 people behind them. And that following helps, right? There's like a few different things. It's like, I would say for any actor or director or artist, I mean, get good. I mean, there's a lot of love. Get
good, scrub.
What did you say? I don't know what, I missed it, but, I don't know, what?
I said get good, scrub.
Oh, get good, scrub, okay. Yeah, get good. No, because this is the thing. You did say it's about, you know, there's the things like who, what you know, who you know. Yes. I would change the who you know a little bit to who knows you. Like that's a whole different, that's like the same thing but a different mindset. Because it's who knows you. Like there is a part of that. There is a part of this industry and this art that's about being lucky. There is that. I will tell you that's true, but I will also tell you that the better you get, the more lucky you're gonna get. The better, you know, that's it. And I would just say, one piece of advice is like, you have to create things. Create videos. Whatever you say you do it. I mean, we can all talk about it and talk about who's good, who's not bad. We can all be critics and we can all, you know, talk about something from far away. Get in it and do it. If you can actually create videos and movies and products and start shooting them now from where you're at, that will give you a chance to scale it and move forward and do something that may catch virality and go viral before you get to LA and have a calling card. So when you get to LA, it does matter. If you come to LA, you won all these awards at different film festivals and you did a video that got, you know, 5 million views, that will open some doors to some agents, managers, other producing offices. Like, I would say just do work, keep working, and then when you get to LA, just up it by like 10 times, kind of thing. And like, there's no shortcuts. It's like, go to work, be passionate, do things that you love, your vision, work with people you like, fight that battle every day. That's what we do. So, and I'll get more specific as we go home. Go ahead, right here.
I have 2 questions, one the yes or no, the other one's an explanation.
Okay. Do it.
Okay, first one is, do you know what happened to Zuko's mother?
Yes.
Okay. Second one is what pairing do you prefer with Zuko?
This is the deal. I am the captain of the Zutara ship. For sure. And I do like Zutara. This is the thing. I like it was Zutara month on my merch site. We have like Zutara shirts and stuff like that. And and I rep Zutara. But this is the deal. I mean, I love Mae Whitman. Like, she's my, like, that's my homie. And we did American Dragon together. And we did, for people that know it, Mae Whitman played Rose on American Dragon. And she played Katara on Airbender. So we kind of like, that was like, we always thought, you know, our characters ended up together there. We always thought our characters ended up together or whatever. And I still like that. But also right now on my Twitch channel, we're doing Let's Watch Avatar. And we're watching, for me, the first time I'm watching some of these episodes, because I've watched Avatar through the years, but I never watched the whole thing, like from beginning to end. And we're doing it right now on my Twitch. You can go to my Twitch channel and Let's Watch Avatar and kind of join us in it. And I've been watching it from the beginning, and we're like in the middle of book 2. I mean, I see the appeal in me. You know what I'm saying? I see the appeal. I always tell people, like, you know, Katara's like that sweet girl, like the girl next door that you probably will end up with, you know? Hopefully, if you're lucky. But like at the club, you know? Like if May was at the club, I was like, I have to holler at May. I'd have to holler at May one time, you know? I mean, Katara's kind of like, got the little, you know, little waterbender. But like May's super gangster. Like as I'm watching it in real time, like, oh shit, I like May. She's cool. So who do you ship?
Zutara.
Okay.
Is that where the Ever Island Players episode came from? That whole innuendo?
We haven't got there yet. I don't know.
Oh, dang it.
I mean, I know about Ever Island Players, but we're not there yet.
Sorry.
Yet.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's good. It's fine. My brother plays the character in the play that plays me. Inception. Yes, pepperoni, pineapple pizza. What do you want? My skincare routine. It's so funny, but this is so bad, and I just have this, not this argument, but I had this discussion with like the last girl I was dating, because she's like, oh, you know, and this is like, I don't wash my face. She's like, what? And she's like, I never, unless I'm wearing makeup, and then usually the makeup girl kind of like washes my face for me at the end of the day. Like in my regular life, like I literally my whole life I don't wash my face. And she's like, what? You know, she's washing her face. She's like, that's the craziest thing I've heard in my life. And I was like, I know, but I think I have washed my face, and when I washed my face, it felt like it got dry, and then I'd get a pimple. And so I was like, I gotta stop doing that. And she's like, that's crazy. And I mean, she was white, and I was like, but I told her, but I'm Filipino, so maybe there's something in my oil in my skin. So basically, I don't promote it for everybody, but I just don't wash my face. I mean, I take showers, and I just don't like have specific care to wash my face. It's like, yeah, water gets on my face. I don't know, it's a weird question. I'm sure soap gets there too, but I'm not specifically, like, I don't wash it. Shampoo and stuff? I don't know. I wipe the dirt off it when there's dirt on my face. But, you know, yes, right here, the black shirt. Yeah.
So, do you think that Thud Butt was the correct choice for Pan to choose after you...
That's a heavy question. That's a heavy question. What? That's a heavy question.
I know.
Not just because it's Thud, it's just heavy. No, I don't know. You know what? This is the thing. I died. I was dead. There's so much stuff that went on during the end of the movie, and I'll just let you in on a few little secrets. So, there was going to be a series. There's a few things. The writer, who's a good friend of mine, always wanted Rufio to die because he just thought that, which is, I didn't know about until I was older. Because the original script when we started shooting, I wasn't supposed to die. I was supposed to get the sword at the end, and there was supposed to be we were going to have a Lost Boys series, right? There was going to be a TV show with like the Lost Boy adventures in Neverland. But it didn't happen. Contracts kind of went awry, and the writer J.B. Hart always wanted Rufio to die, And I was like, why would you want to do that? Because you really, the original thing of Hook is it's like really a darker film. Because you really wanted Peter Pan to realize that there's real danger in Neverland. He had to get his kids out of Neverland. Or else it was just all, during the fight where it's like fun and the eggs and the bubble gum and all that kind of stuff by the pirates, like that's all fun and that's like Peter Pan and fun, but also the real Peter Pan story, there's a really dark side of Peter Pan. There's the pirates and the Lost Boys are fighting, they're killing each other. That's part of it. So it was a very intense thing. And to this day, like a lot of people, especially that grew up with the film for the first time in theaters, like 90s babies and stuff like that, yeah, they were like, the death of Rufio was their first traumatic experience in life. Like to go to a kid's movie and see a kid get killed was like, messed up. And I think that's part of why the character that's part of the iconicness of Rufio is the badass and cool kid and then dies. Like it's jarring, right? So now with Thudbutt becoming the leader when he leaves, I didn't know, the story I got from them later on is, even when they shot it, none of the kids knew who was going to get the sword. So when you watch the movie, they're all looking at the sword, they all don't know, because no one really knows, because the way the movie didn't set up, like, there was no, like, secrets, like, oh, of course, Thudbutt's going to get the sword, you know what I'm saying? So it was really key, Stephen could have given it to any of the kids, and he was just going around with the sword, and ended up giving it to Thudbutt. I mean, but they're showing a great part in the movie, and I guess it made sense, because Thud was such a, great warrior during battle scenes and stuff like that, and he was the biggest kid outside of me, so it made kind of sense, but I just thought it was amazing the way he shot it, because I was there when he shot it, and how and I knew all the boys like in real life, and I see in their eyes like really the real want of the Pan sword, and going, God, I wonder, if I'm gonna get the sword. So was it the right choice or not? I don't know, but it was kind of cool the process and how they did it. Yes, over here. Oh yeah, what's your name? Hunter? Hunter's asking how I feel about transitioning as like a kid actor, doing kid films and things like that, into doing some adult stuff like Blood and Bone. And for people that don't know Blood and Bone's a movie I did with Michael Jai White, which is like this really, it's an MMA movie, right? It's all these real MMA fighters, and it's all about street fighting, like knuckle to knuckle fighting, and it's really a really cool film. And I play a character named Pinball, which is crazy, who becomes if you haven't seen this movie, you should check it out. I become like the manager of the main fighter, a guy named Bone, and I'm his manager, but I'm like this really kind of fast talking, crazy ass kid. I love that movie. So what it is, like I said, I've had a long career, and you just kind of, there's a lot of people that that are very fixated on me as a teenager and the younger part of my career, which is great. I love that part, and I honor that part forever. But you grow up and you do other things, and I still bring that youthful, exuberance to other roles. This particular role I loved, Pinball, because I grew up in the neighborhood. I grew up in like a neighborhood, like the hood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in LA. There's people, everyone knows like Compton, right? Compton, like NWA Compton. So right next to Compton is a town called Paramount. That's where I grew up. So Compton, Paramount's like Compton, just more Mexican and black. That's it. But so I'm from the hood. So when that movie's like, I play a hood kind of character, and when they let me do that, it's really fun because I really just kind of get to go off and just kind of play an aspect of myself that the world at large may not know. I had a good time. I cuss a lot. I swear a lot. I say all kinds of crazy stuff. They let me just say whatever. Dropping like N-bombs, and I'm like, it's like I'm from the hood. Like this dude, yeah, is from the hood. But I am from the hood. I don't live there anymore. But like I get there. Like that's where I'm from. The back. Yes.
I was hoping you could tell us a little more about your role as an adult in But I'm a Cheerleader.
But I'm a cheerleader?
Yes. How you felt about your role and what it was like behind the scenes a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. But I'm a Cheerleader. I love But I'm a Cheerleader. Did anybody see But I'm a Cheerleader? Yes? I like give a round of applause. I would give you, okay, so Butt My Cheerleader, for people that haven't seen it, is a cult classic kind of film. It was probably, I don't know, it was like late 90s or something like that. So it was this really big Sundance, like sweetheart kind of film, indie film, cult classic. It's about, and it's one of the first like teenage, maybe the first kind of like teenage LGBTQ film. It's about these kids that are gay that go, it's a comedy, dark comedy, about these kids that get shipped to this gay camp to get ungay. And our teachers are like RuPaul. I mean, that tells you the whole thing right there, right? Like, one of our camp counselors to get us ungay is RuPaul. And we're like, huh? So, I play a character named Dolph, who's a homosexual gay wrestler, right? So this is the first time in my career that I played gay. And I'm not gay, but this is the first time I played gay. And so, it was such a fascinating experience. Half the cast was gay, half the cast wasn't gay. The director was gay. She's super cool. When I met her, and we read for the part, right? I read for the part, and then she was like, they called me up, they called my agents, my managers and whatnot. And they're like, you know, we want Dante to do this part. I'm like, okay, that's cool. He goes, but is he cool with kissing a guy? And I was like, I'm an actor. You know, I'm like, kind of like, what? Like, what? I'm an actor. Like, why would you even ask that question of me? And I asked her, like, why do you want me to play this part? You know, because I'm not gay. I'm like, why do you need me? Like, why would you want me to play this role? And she basically told me at the end of the day, like, Dolph, I mean, they changed the part for me, because at first it was, it's always named Dolph, but in the original script, Dolph was like the quarterback of the football team. He was supposed to be like 6 foot, blonde hair. He was Dolph, right? And I'm like, why do you want me to play this character? And I'm like, well, we're going to change it to a wrestler, so it fits you more. And you wrestled in high school, and I go, right. But at the end of the day, she said, Dolph is really just the boy next door who happens to be gay. And she's like, Dante, you're like the boy next door. Like, and she saw past the ethnicity and about, you know, to see past all that and really like, at your essence, like, you're like the kid next door, and I want you to come and do this film with me. So that was, on the strength of that, I was like, let's do this movie. And at that time, it was really cool because it was like Natasha Lyonne and Clea Duvall, and it was like a whole generation of like really kind of cool Hollywood kids, you know, who were like these cool kids. And the crazy thing is about that particular film is I played gay, right? But it's the first time that I kissed a guy, right? Which is crazy. I mean, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people haven't kissed guys, but the guys that haven't kissed guys, it's crazy. Not that it's crazy, this is how it goes. You're an actor, we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna do this. So me and the guy I'm doing the scene with, Kit Pardue, he's also straight, never kissed a guy. And we're like, well, how are we gonna do this, man? And you're, you know, like how are we gonna do this? And we're young and mischievous. And a lot of young actors. We're all young actors, like, actors, we're mischievous people. Like, well, I'm in a room of cosplayers. What am I supposed to do? So we're like, it would be cool to kiss for the first time on screen. I'm like, that's cool. So it's like, what do we do? Like, we got to rehearse this. So we got an actress friend, one of the girls in the cast. I won't say her name because whatever. And I was like, can you rehearse with us? She's like, what do you mean? She's like, just come back to the trailers, we're gonna rehearse. We want to just do this scene, but you know, we have to kiss each other, but we both never kissed like guys before, so she's like, so what do y'all want to do? Like, we want to run the scene, and then maybe like, you know, like, maybe like I'll kiss you, and the kid will watch. And then like, Kip will kiss you, and then I'll watch. And then, you know, we can kind of gauge, you know, the technique of this. So basically, we're like playing spin the bottle in the trailer. Like, who wants to kiss next? So we got, you know, nice and prepared. You know, we're all feeling good about what we're doing. But then when it happened, now we're on the set and we have to kiss. I think we had 2 kissing scenes in the movie. So like, we have to do this one kissing scene that's outside. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing. It's like, because everybody, this is the thing about it. It was so crazy. It's like, because we were both straight, it was like everyone wanted to see us kiss. Right? Because it's like, kissing regular is cool. Like, if you're a gay couple kissing, it's cool. You know, guys, girls. But like, when it's two people outside of what they're regular, like, even if it's like a gay person kissing a straight person, it's an interest, like, let's see what happens. You know, it's, so obviously two straight guys kissing, like, all the crew and cast were like all there, like, let's see what Dante and Kip do. And so we shook hands. You know, they're like calling, like, rolling, like, good luck. And then we do this scene, and then he comes, and Kip, if you don't know who Kip is more like what Dolph was supposed to be. Like, Dolph, this dude is an Abercrombie & Fitch model. He's like 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, he's done a ton of movies, Kip Pardue. And so then he goes in for the kiss, and he's like, starts like manhandling me. You know what I'm saying? Bam! And I'm like a more finesse kisser. You know? Like, I'm like trying to be romantic about this, and he's like fighting me or something. Right? And I mean, tongue down the throat, like the whole, this dude's going in. And they're like, cut, and I'm like, yo! Hey, yo, man. Don't manhandle me like that. I'm like, this dude is really wrestling me on this tree. I said, can we just like take it? Can I like come in? Can we go slow with it? It was a crazy dynamic. And this is also another fine point that I think most men, we don't ever think about is like this scruff that we have on our face. Even when you shave, like we both are clean shaven, but like even now I'm feeling it, and I don't girls know what I'm talking about, right? Because that is real sandpaper. That's like legit rubbing on your face, crazy. So we were like making out, and then we pull apart and our faces are all red. That it was intense. That was, I don't know, that's one of my big memories of but I'm a cheerleader, but I had a great time. With the sword.
If you don't mind answering, I gotta ask, what was it like working with Nostalgia Critic?
Oh, Nostalgia Critic. Awesome. One time for Doug Walker. Give it up for Doug Walker. So, working with Doug is cool. I mean, I'm actually doing a con with him. Not with him. He had hit me up because we're going to be at the same con at the end of the month this month, and I haven't seen him in about a year. He's a great guy. I love Doug. He does for people that don't know Doug Walker, he's a Nostalgia Critic. He does I think it's called Awesome Channel Awesome. Yeah. And he has a digital platform called Channel Awesome, and he does all these videos, and he reviews all these movies and TV shows. And he did really, he was very, he's always been very nice about the stuff he's seen me in, whether they be in my animation stuff or film stuff. And I knew about it before I met him, so when I met him at the con, I really just, I talked to him about, thanks for so many fans have hit me up about how, nice you were, or how complimentary you were about my performance as Zuko. And so when I got to work with him, he was just like, hey man, you will come to Chicago and shoot some videos with me? I'm like, sure. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, maybe he's gonna just interview me or something like that, But then as I'm flying in, he sent me all kinds of stuff. And I'm flying into Chicago and I start reading the scripts he sent me. And he sent me this whole script where it ended up being what's on the channel. And in the script, I'm literally cosplaying Rufio and Zuko and Jake Long, and I'm firebending, and I'm like, what am I doing? But you're landing in Chicago. It's too late now. It's too late. It's too late. You're like, I'm landing into Chicago. And so we get there, and I just love working with him because he works with his family. His dad's doing the sets, and his brother, they're producing, and it's a lot. I work with my family in that way. We're all in the theater and in the films. So it really was kind of fun, like a family atmosphere. We play poker with each other, like kind of cool stuff like that. And then when we started shooting, it's just kind of like, I was on West Coast time, and he was on East Coast time. And he was like, tomorrow we gotta pick you up at, 5 a.m. Because we gotta get your makeup on and we gotta shoot this Barnes & Noble before it opens. And I'm like, okay. But like 5 a.m. in Chicago was like 3 a.m. in LA. Like, screwed up. And then I get there, I'm so tired. By the end of the day, I'm so tired. He's directing me, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's like, fire bend with your pelvis. I'm like, okay. He literally, like, any direction he gives me, I'm like, just, okay, we'll do it. Let's do it. I'm exhausted. You exhausted me, Doug. I'm dead. And then next thing I know, I'm telling you, there's just like a meme of me fire bending in my pelvis. But Doug Walker was amazing. Question over here with Hannah.
What would you say is the funniest moment of your career?
What's the funniest moment of my career? I don't know, man. It's like, funniest? I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm kind of funny, but not. I have brothers who are all actors. Like, my little brother's like super duper funny and does all kind of funny stuff. I don't know. But I think I'm funny. I was like on a bunch of sitcoms in the 90s, like Moesha and Hanging Mr. Cooper and Steve Harvey Show, all that kind of stuff. But funny? I don't know. I think I'm funny. I don't know. I do tell some poems. Sometimes I think I'm pretty funny. Like when I write, I think I have my own sense of humor. It's not like crazy funny, but it's like make me think kind of funny. You know? Are you funny? Are you a comedian? You fancy yourself kind of funny? I don't know what the most funniest moment was. I can't really say. I mean, there's embarrassing parts that may be funny to other people, but not funny to me. You know? So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Cabbage in the back. Cabbage Man in the back. Man. Cabbage, you were all the way in the back. You had the Cabbage Woman. And you wanted to ask that question. There's always someone in the Q&A that needs to bring up that movie. This is the thing. Honestly, I've never seen the movie. But there's two things I'll say about the movie. One, I always think of it as like the Voldemort movie. You know, it's a movie that shall not be named. But I do want to watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it. Like, we can watch it on my stream. We'll all watch it together on the stream. Drinking game on the stream. Drinking game on the stream. And then, but it's, I am a fan of M. Night. Like, I love some movies he did. Who doesn't love Sixth Sense? Unbreakable is amazing. Splice was cool. Came back. I think, he had like a low, but I think Splice is amazing. So, I say for him, people that kind of like try to diss him, like I would never diss him because, I still want to work with him. You'll be at some con saying some crazy stuff, and then you end up in an audition with him, and he'd be like, "Yo, YouTube, you said I wasn't shit." I was like, "Oh my god!" But it's hard to make a good movie. We all love Avatar, and it's so it's all there in animation. You'd think it'd be easy to make that movie, but it's really, really hard to make a good movie. And I always challenge people to say, like, "I'll prove to you how hard it is to make a good movie." Like, what was the last good movie you saw? Or how many good movies came out last year? As opposed to how many movies came out last year, So, I have not seen it. I will get to it. Voldemort movie. Cabbage Man. Voldemort movie. Yeah, over here. How do I feel about playing General Iroh? Dope, man. I like that. I'm like, it felt good to me. No, it was weird. There's two different things. It's so strange, right? So I was the first character from the original cast to come in and play a character in the new cast of Korra, from Airbender to Korra. And I felt pride. It's cool because you're kind of coming in and you're like, you know, y'all the new kids? Like, my old crew already did this. Y'all trying to save the world? We already did it. But it was weird because they, you know, Mike and Brian, I love them, and really having me come in and play Iroh was, you know, twofold. It was like us paying homage to Mako, character who played Jared Iroh that we love and who passed away during the first show. And I had a really great relationship with Mako. He's played my uncle and my father several times in my career, so he really was an Uncle Iroh to me. And for me to play a character with his namesake on this show was a really special thing, right? But also it was kind of strange because they wanted to have me play it because it's kind of like a give back to the fans. They know how important the characters were, and me and playing Zuko and Iroh coming back and like the grandson and all this kind of stuff. So that's great. But you know, when you do this in like live action, right? It's just me dressed up, and we all know, oh, that's Dante, right? Which is cool, but this is a cartoon. Like, this is a completely different person being drawn. Like, we were like, what do we do? Like, you see the picture of him, and we're like, trying to maybe change the voice a little bit, and you're like, but then it doesn't, you know, then it's not Dante, right? So we were kind of went in a lot of different ways, and at the end of the day, they were just like, just use your own voice. Just sound like Zuko. I'm like, all right. And then, and I was like, I didn't know voices can pass down 2 generations, but you never know. You're here. Yes?
Okay, so I actually really like your work in Take the Lead with Antonio
Thank
Banderas.
you.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? Like, do you still dance?
Yeah, Take the Lead. Anyone watch Take the Lead? Yes! So Take the Lead, I love Take the Lead too. For people that don't know what Take the Lead is a film. I did a dance movie about these kids, like the bad kids in school, that kind of get in trouble, they're in detention, all this kind of stuff, but to get out of it, they got to learn how to ballroom dance. And, you know, this teacher that comes in to teach us how to dance ballroom. The teacher happens to be Antonio Banderas, which is cool. So many cool things. Like, that's one of my favorite movies for sure, because before I was an actor, I was a dancer. I was a break dancer. And so for me to come back in my career and get to dance in a movie, like really get to dance in a film, was a full circle thing for me in my career. And I loved every moment of that. When we did the big tango scene at the end, I remember telling my partners, Jenna Dewan and Elijah Kelly, I was like, yo man, you guys gotta understand, like growing up, I watched Grease like every other day. Like I think one of the biggest things growing up for me to be an actor was like John Travolta in Grease. And I loved musicals and singing and dancing and all that kind of stuff. So for me to get a dance in the movie, I told him, like, this is like my Grease, you know? And we just had the greatest time. I went in and we learned 6 weeks of ballroom dance before we started shooting. And then it's just not a ballroom dance, we're also hip-hop dancing. And I was a hip-hop dancer, right? So while we were in Toronto, during the days we would learn how to do all the ballroom dancing, you know, swing and waltz and rumba and quick step and all that kind of stuff. And then at night, I would take the crew and we'd go to clubs and we would battle everybody in Toronto, just like hip hop, break b-boying, you know, crump, everything. And it was like the memory of that experience was like so amazing, so crazy, because it was just doing 2 things you love at the same time. It was just a really, really important like film to me. So I love that movie. And Antonio's phenomenal. Yes, Rare.
So you talked about researching a little bit. I know you worked with Achievement Hunter, did this video to who is your favorite Achievement Hunter?
Who's my favorite Achievement Hunter? I mean, they're all cool. Like, maybe choose between Achievement Hunters. Jack. You know, I'm gonna say Jack because I just finished. I mean, they're all cool, but I'm gonna say Jack because we just did we spent like 6 weeks, like once a week together, playing D&D together on Felicity. And so I got to know, I only played video games with him, we also got to play like a whole campaign on Dungeons and Dragons where I was a dragon born bard. and he was a he was a turtle of some sort. He was a turtle. But I forget what class he was, but he was a turtle. But he's the shit. I love him. Yes, with a sword. That's a good question. You said, has a character ever changed me as a person? Yeah, I think they all do. When you really work, there's a saying in acting where the saying is, the character is stuck with you and you are stuck with the character. That means, we're acting, but we're still us. It's like, you really can't go anywhere for actors. Like, you really can't go anywhere in your art that you can't go within yourself, right? The character is stuck with you. Like, you are performing this character. So you got to work on yourself and work on your life and work on your things to kind of be able to kind of tap into moments and people and things, experiences in your life that you can kind of portray within your characters. And at the same time, you're stuck with the character. You can only do things within the realm of what the character can do, right? It's like, I'm playing a character, I'm playing a firebender, and a guy can't waterbend. Well, I want to waterbend. You're like, well, you're not, you're a firebender, So there is always, every actor has that relationship with their character. It's like, whenever you do a character, it doesn't matter if other people do it in the future, like, you will always have that relationship with that character going through that. And they do change you. Zuko changed me immensely. I think, like most people watching the show, I went in there thinking Zuko was one thing, and then by the end of the show, realizing who he actually was. Amazing, right? I took that ride with everybody else, as an actor, as a person, and really, it taught me, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, you may think you know a lot of things, but there is places to be surprised. People will surprise you. You don't know who everyone is. You don't know what their story is, and as it reveals itself, you could be pleasantly surprised or moved, hopefully. But at the end of the day, like most characters, I think, have a possibility of changing you or at least tilting your perspective a little bit to kind of make you see things in a different way. As you're performing the character, as you're researching stuff, there's always something to learn that you didn't know. That's a great thing about being an actor. Like, you're going to play a doctor. You're not a doctor. We're not doctors. You're going to spend some time with doctors. You're going to ask a lot of questions. You're going to try to really see their perspective. You know what I'm saying? You're not a plumber. You're going to hang out with plumbers. You're going to go into the thing. You're going to see, like, this is how plumbers live. This is cool. This is interesting. One of the things that makes me an actor is this insatiable curiousness that I can really sit down with somebody, anybody, and really ask them a lot of questions that I really want to know, because part of being an actor is like being curious and hopefully bringing that knowledge to whatever roles you're going to play. So I'm constantly being impacted by the characters I'm playing. Thank you. Red hat right here.
Is anyone else streaming to Twitch?
I don't know. Is anyone streaming to Twitch? Are you? Yeah.
I've got the whole first half of my phone.
Oh, no. We'll post it on my Twitch. That'd be great. Thank you so much.
Oh, can I ask you one more?
Yes.
What's your favorite League of Legends character?
Jinx. I know. I play League of Legends. I started twitching, which is playing video games and whatnot. But I really only play one video game, and that's League of Legends. Although there's other games I gotta play. I'm gonna be playing High Swap soon. I'm gonna try to live stream the whole High Swap from beginning to end. But what I really play in my own life regularly to kind of relax is for some reasons League of Legends, and I main ADC, so like Jinx and Ashe mostly, top lane Garen, jungle Mumu. Yeah. I don't know. I'm alright, bro. My Twitch is very fun. Like, my Twitch show for League is called Road to Gold, and then it's like maybe silver, hopefully, So we're on the road to gold. We're at bronze 4, but we're on the road to gold. Right here in the blue. Yeah. Right now? That's pretty. I love music. I love music, and God, like current. So there's so much, And you know, it depends on what you're going through in life and stuff like that. I have all these playlists on my Spotify and stuff like that, and I don't know, you know. Yeah, I just broke up with this girl, so I'm like, you know, you go to that playlist, you got that Spotify playlist where I'm like, I'm never gonna play this playlist again. You know, in your mind, like, I'm never gonna play this playlist ever again. And then you think it like, and then you play like a song or two from it, and you're like, I'm gonna delete this playlist. But one of the songs, I mean, there's so many songs, it's like a 73 song playlist. But one of the songs that was like my song of the day recently was the Beatles song "I Will," and I don't know, I played it like 100 times the other day just because I was in that. Who knows how much I love you? Yeah. So probably there now. Kanaya, what's up? You're my patron troll. What was it like working with Andrew Hussey? Dude, Andrew Hussey. I love Andrew. Of course, Homestuck's gonna ask. So Andrew is amazing, super cool guy. You know, he's actually more regular than a lot of people think. Even though he's super eccentric and he's like brilliant and he's on some other stuff, you know. I was telling him about like some of the filler that I was trying to catch him at home. So he's like, oh, you don't have to read that stuff. Just read this. Okay, cool. Okay, I can skip that one. He's so cool. He was like, you know, very, like I said, like, it's like I'll go to the Bay Area and he'll come, we'll have lunch or coffee. He's a very regular kind of cat. And then we'd also be in business meetings and we've done some stuff because I was creative consulting for Hive Swap, for What Pumpkin and whatnot. But he's brilliant, soft-spoken, I think misunderstood sometimes, you know. Private, still very private, kind of wants to do his own thing. But he's fascinating to me. There's a lot of things he wants to do, and I'm still with the company in a certain capacity. Be like, there's certain things he wants to do. I want to help kind of make that happen for him. But I just think he's brilliant. Working with him, it was a pleasure. We never had any all of us, me and him, was just creative ideas of how we can make this bigger. What can we do with this IP? Like, how do we look at these trolls in a different way? The possibility of where this can all go, and really the scope of where he wants to go. You know what I'm saying? It's fascinating, and I think he's still figuring it out. I mean, Homestuck is such a special project for him. It's like almost like someone's kind of pet project that he was just doing at home that became this viral, thing. And he still, I think, I don't know, I don't want to speak for him, but he probably still struggles with, like, do you want it to, like, do you want to sell it to something, just craziness, like, would you want to sell all these trolls to, like, Disney and be like the new Animaniacs and just be crazy, or do you want to keep it, I'm not saying, like, the idea of, like, or do you want to keep it, very home, bound, and kind of like, so as an artist, you're like, it's strange as artists, right? We all do these arts and these things, and if we're lucky that things kind of have an ability to scale, but now you're really faced with the fact, like, okay, what do I want? Not just because you can have it, but like, what do I want to do with the things I've created? And we're not always a slave to money and all that. You can also keep things sacred. So I think as every artist, we will, hopefully we'll get to create things that are going to put us in a position where we're going to have to question, like,